Happy Giving Tuesday.
Happy Giving Tuesday. How are
I'm
you?
doing good. How are you doing, friend?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Excited to tell people about Ella today.
I know. I feel like we've come a long way already since the launch, which was like a month ago now. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited to share with
Same.
everyone watching.
Same. So for those of you who don't know, I'm sure all of you know who we are that's watching. But my name is Maui. I am the creator and one of the executive producers on Ella, and I also wrote it and all the things. So that's me. And
Literally all the things. And I'm Natalie Johnson, and I'm the executive producer. So I'm helping bring the show to life.
yeah. So thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah, thank you so
Uh,
much.
yeah. So where do you want to start?
There's so much to start with. I feel like we should probably say her name first, Ella. This show is all about Ella. It's written under Maui's screen here. um, and I think we should start with introducing who Ella is after we
Okay.
just introduced ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me pull up the presentation I have, and we can just go from the beginning.
You're so savvy.
All right, let's bring this up here. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, everybody. Keep talking, Natalie, while I do the thing.
Distract them. I
Yes.
think the last time we saw Ella, she was a black and white sketch from our illustrator, Claudio Espinosa.
Mm-hmm.
And he's turning into a friend. We actually got to meet him. He lives outside of Mexico City. He's my age. He's a really talented graphic designer and illustrator. And he's so easy to work with. He's such a doll, and gets us edits like right away. So that's always fun. I'm
Oh
always
yeah.
like eagerly checking my inbox to see if we have an update from Claudio. So I think the viewers have last seen Ella as a black and white sketch, and she's come a long way. I know she's your profile picture right now, so maybe you've seen the color version of her. But we also have expression sheets that will be shared, and her friends will be introduced tonight. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Okay, so I think I'm good to go now.
Cool.
So let's get into presentation mode. Here we go. So we're going to talk about Ella and her friends. This is a quote from the pilot script. Sometimes new places can be scary, and that is why we have to keep our light shining bright. That quote for me is kind of at the core of Ella, is teaching children, particularly children of color, Black children, um, why it's so important to keep our light shining bright. It means a lot to me. Um, so the show it's pretty simple to explain. It's a locally produced puppet and live action television show for early childhood education. Ella is a 4-year-old biracial Black girl. Every show, Ella and her friends they'll have discussions and activities together. So the premise of the show is that the mom and the dad just moved to a new town, Riverwood, which is basically like Oak Park, Maywood, Forest Park. It's always like wood and water mixed together. So it's kind of my take on the near west suburbs, and we're just following her journey as she learns about her power and her voice. So that's the basic premise of it. So what else you got for me, Natalie?
I want to know more about the show itself.
Okay. Okay. Well, so in terms of the show, there's some core tenets that we are working with. One is fostering strong communication, fostering a strong sense of curiosity, dismantling traditional gender roles, the way that we, talk to children and kind of, subconsciously push them into, you're a girl, you can only do this, or you're a boy, you can only do this,
Yeah.
raising anti-racist children, trying to dismantle the effects of institutional racism because it starts at a very, very young age, something that I'll show a little bit later. Creating a strong sense of cultural pride. And one of the most important things for me is no ageism. The adults aren't telling the kids to behave a certain way and then not behaving that way themselves. The adults in the show will model the behavior that they expect of the children. So that's important to me. And if they are not modeling that behavior, the kids will call them out. So
that's kids' rights, right? We don't
Yeah.
ever talk about kids' rights. I just learned that term actually. So that just shows there's no representation of that. And I feel like that's a new way of parenting that's just coming.
There will also be a lot of music in Ella.
Mhm.
This is a quote. You'll actually hear it a little bit later. We actually have a special treat later on in the show. But music's very important to me. Music is kind of a way that I soothe myself. And so this line is kind of representative of that. A lot of what happens is learned through song. The Papa character, Ella's Papa, is a musician. He used to be touring. He is now the primary stay-at-home parent. The mother just got a job as a teacher at a school in Riverwood. And so now Papa is the full-time parent. And so he's also learning at the same time as Ella's learning how to exist in the world. Papa is learning how to nurture in a way that he didn't necessarily know how before because of those traditional gender roles. He, doesn't know how to be the nurturer in the house, and so he's also learning at the same time that Ella is learning. So I wanted to make sure that the adults in the show are also learning at the same time as the children, and that they are in fact learning from each other. So
right, that's key. That's what I was going to say. They're learning from each other.
Here's a sneak peek at the episodes.
You've been busy writing. Look at all these episodes.
For season one, the episodes for season one. I've written maybe half of them so far. So
amazing. So, yeah. One that stands out to me, I see BLM special, Black Lives Matter. Could you tell us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second so I can see you, because when I'm in presentation mode, I can't see anybody. So let me escape, and actually I think if I do that, I can just now move over here. There, now I can see you. So the Black Lives Matter special. So while I was actually writing the description of Ella for the illustrator, I realized that she has two stuffed animals, Miles the bear and Nina the rabbit, named after Miles Davis and Nina Simone. I realized in that moment that those stuffed animals belonged to Papa when he was a kid. And I lost Natalie, but I'm going to keep telling all of you this story. So at the beginning of this episode, Papa is watching the news, and we're seeing all this from Ella's perspective. So we know that something is wrong. I think the adults watching will recognize that there's been some sort of police shooting and another Black life has been taken, and Papa is visibly upset. And Ella is seeing her father in such distress, and it's, she's not comfortable. She doesn't know what to do. But she does know that when she is in distress or she's trying to figure out what to do about something, that her stuffed animals soothe her. So she does the only thing that she can think of in the moment, and she gives those stuffed animals to her Papa. those stuffed animals that used to be his. And in that moment, he just breaks down, starts crying, and Ella's mama says, "Come on, honey, let's let Papa be by himself for a little bit." And when he's by himself, in the same way that with Ella, she talks to the stuffed animals, and they animate and they talk with her, and it's just like our way of seeing her internal process of figuring out how to process trauma, or how to process difficult emotions and things like that. And we see Papa do the same thing he did when he was a little kid. And we see that that kind of helps him process the difficult emotions that he's feeling in that moment. And I thought it was important to show that sense of imagination, that sense of play, it's important to us as adults as well. So that's the first story in the Black Lives Matter special. The second story is called Ella and the Storyteller. The storyteller is actually her grandmother. Granky is what Ella calls her. That's actually what my nieces and nephew call my mother. They call her Granky. And Granky comes over and tells the story of how Ella got her name, her namesakes, the two Ellas. There's the one that Ella knows, Ella Fitzgerald, and then there is the one that she doesn't know, and that's Ella Baker. And so she learns about Ella Baker and Ella Fitzgerald and how these two women used their voice to change the world. And so that is the Black Lives Matter special.
Perfect. I'll have to listen in. Thank you for working with my technical difficulties here.
No problem. So yeah, that's a fun one. There's also the pilot, The New Room. Ella is afraid of her room because they just moved and she doesn't want to be in there. And Papa teaches her a song about keeping her light shining bright, so that when she's afraid of the dark, that she knows that like her inner power is enough to overcome anything. And he teaches her that through the song, keep your light shining bright. So yeah, there's a lot of good ones in here that I'm really excited for people to see. Ella and Mama is about how this is Mama's first day at her new job, and it's about learning to say goodbye and getting over that anxiety. Ella and Papa is about learning how to be in the house with this, new person, not new person, it's her dad, but, he's never been the primary caretaker. It's always been Mama. And so they're, learning how to share space with each other. It's not just Ella that's having difficulty, it's also Papa that's having difficulty. And so once again, right, like not just saying like the problem is the kid's problem, it's also the parents' problem as well. And both of them have to figure it out. If we view that everybody in the household is an asset, I think that's very important. So yeah, so those are so that's just a little insight into some of the episodes. Cool.
You felt like you shared what you'd like to share? I know I was out for a second.
Yeah. I think I shared what I'd like to share on that one, for sure. So, I'm going to put in the chat for people to see. There's a link for our Indiegogo page. We're fundraising. This is a fundraiser, so if you can, please do give to that. And while I'm at it, so people remember, I'll put this at the bottom of the screen. I got all sorts of tricks.
Yeah. It's fancy. Yeah, in the spirit of Giving Tuesday, this is definitely a fundraiser. And it's important because this is a grassroots production. So this production won't come to life without donations of our community. So
yeah.
And by that.
And I do think that this has the potential to be something truly special. I want to work specifically with local early childhood education organizations, particularly ones that are POC led, to make sure that we have, in conjunction with each episode, free resources for parents and children to continue to have conversations and think critically about these things as well.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the slideshow. Good morning, Moonbeam. That's Ella's mama and Papa call her Moonbeam. So I just like that. I just like that nickname. Yeah.
That is so cute. Where did you come up with that? Do you know what that nickname?
I have no idea why I came up with that nickname. I just thought it was cute. I just wanted like a really like sweet, affectionate way to refer to somebody that wasn't gendered.
Yeah. It's like sunshine, but kind of the opposite.
Yeah. And I like the moon better than the sun, so I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the show. I thought we could talk next about the why. Like, why did I decide to do this?
Yeah, that's important.
So as most of the people watching know, I'm sure that May of last year, my partner and I lost our child we were expecting about halfway through the pregnancy. And it was really hard on us, and really hard, especially like I almost, died in the wake of it. I just kind of gave up on life for a while. And yeah, but as I got to the other side of things, I wanted to find a way to honor Ella's memory, and I wanted to give her a platform to still be able to tell her story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started thinking about how to do a show, right? It's also a way for me to still like be able to spend time with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I started researching children's programming, I realized that there's a pretty big need for this kind of culturally responsive content for our youngest community members. And that's how the show was born.
Absolutely. It's so important. Thank you for sharing that. I know that's deep on your heart. Mm-hmm.
And here's a little bit that I found from the research. This was from an educational study. It says, in fact, research clearly shows that children not only recognize race from a very young age, but also develop racial biases by ages 3 to 5 that do not necessarily resemble the racial attitudes of adults in their lives. So that to me says that systemic racism, right, that ever-present, racism that's everywhere, in every facet of life, especially in our media, is affecting our children. And so we need something to counteract that.
Absolutely. That's where representation comes in, right?
Mm-hmm. So why is this needed? I have a few bullet points here. Systemic racism and unconscious biases affect early childhood development. 2, most shows deal with social emotional learning, but don't necessarily center on the specific development of children that don't fit into the model of the white American ideal. This leads to a lot of identity-based trauma at an early age. It makes me think of the doll test that was used, a study that was used in Brown versus Board of Education, where these young children would say, look at this black doll, look at this white doll, and they would choose the white doll because they would say the black doll was ugly. Which is heartbreaking. Yeah. 3, showing a diverse community of children in a supportive social emotional environment will combat the implicit biases we subconsciously pass onto our children in these formative years. For this is not just about children learning how to interact with the world, it is also about adults learning how to foster an environment of creativity, curiosity, community, and cultural pride. It took me a while to figure out the alliteration needed for that.
Yeah, I'm surprised you get tongue-tied too.
And then lastly, Ella will approach children from the position that children should have agency in the family dynamic. It will hold the adults to the same ideals that we hold the children to. So once again, that no ageism, right? That children have a say in the household. They have an identity. They have wants, needs, hopes, passions that should be listened to. So
that lets them celebrate their authentic self as well. That's how I see that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the little blurb from Teaching Tolerance. During the preschool years, you have perhaps the greatest impact on your child's perceptions and attitudes about difference than any other time in her childhood. The manner in which you treat and discuss others based on similarity and difference, and the manner in which you respond to your child's natural curiosity about these matters provides the blueprint for her reactions to them. I found that particularly powerful. So yeah.
This is one of my favorite parts.
So yeah. So we're at the characters, right? So this is, I think, what a lot of people were waiting for. The characters.
So this is all like what we've been talking about, and all the whys and the representation and the inclusion, and why it matters. It's all like the amount of thought you've had. Hey, Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Moonbeam. See, it's so cute.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start using that myself.
Yeah, that's what I did you get that from something?
No, just kind of popped in my head. Hi, Cheryl.
Need some love. Thank you.
Hi, Danielle.
Annie. Thanks, love.
Hi, Kat. That's Catherine. That's the voice of Ella right there.
That is Ella herself.
Yeah.
With the cat emoji, of course. Love all the pieces reshoot. Yes.
So so there's that. All right, so characters. I'm super excited to introduce
Me too.
So let's just get to it, everybody. And once again, everybody, in the comments you'll find the Indiegogo link. Please, if you can, give. And if you could repost this video as it's playing, that'll help us get more viewers. That would be lovely as well. There's lots of you watching already. I'd love even more. And I will, of course, be reposting this on Facebook through a YouTube channel after this is all done. So, all right, here we go. Characters. Okay. So, of course, we have Ella, who is half black, half white. She's age 4. Her favorite food, hot dogs, ketchup only, like her papa.
There it is. That stood out to me. I was like, she's got personality.
Yeah, she likes music. She likes screen time. And she loves playing with her toys, especially Miles and Nina. And her quote is, so since her parents call her Moonbeam, she says, I love you to the moon and back, because, she's a moonbeam that travels to the moon and back. So she says, I love you to the moon and back.
That's so cute. My mom used to say that to me too, but she didn't call me Moonbeam.
Like I said, she speaks to her dolls, Nina and Miles, to process the world around her, and boldness is her primary motivator. For me, I want her to be a young black girl that is not afraid to use her voice. So boldness is the primary motivator for Ella. And
her animals, you just said she's got some. Who's
Nina and Miles? Yeah, so they're based after Nina Simone and Miles Davis are where the names come from. Her father is a musician. His father was a musician. So they kind of passed it on down. Here's her expression sheet. So there's her in various. There's angry and sad and curious and calm and loving and playful.
See, Claudio is so talented. Like, I love that he came up with those 6 emotions too. We didn't even give him what emotions to choose. And like, he knew, he like channeled his 4-year-old self and was like, yeah, I'm going to put a little plush animal in the sad one, and curiosity is important. It's really cute.
So there's her quote, love you to the moon and back. Now, you've seen Ella. Now it's time to meet all of her friends. So first up, we have her best friend, Mars. Mars is based on my the likeness and namesake. It's based off of my cousin. He was like the oldest of the cousins, a few years older than me, and I looked up to him. He was my hero. He passed away of lung cancer in his late 20s. And so so this character is a tribute to him. But his Mars's personality is based on another very important person in my life. Her name is Bevy, and she is my friend Cheryl, who actually is leading the charge on the music for this show. That is the name. That is her daughter, and so Mars is a combination of Mars and Bevy Lou. Mars loves chicken nugs. He calls them chicken nugs, and he is obsessed with basketball. He loves meeting new people and making people laugh. Love is his primary motivator. I wanted to have a male character that embraced things that society has tried to tell us are traditionally feminine. So I wanted him to be very loving, very nurturing, touches his love language. He loves hugging, very tactile. So that's Mars.
Bevy. I love it.
And his quote is, "You are wonderful." That's his quote. He loves to affirm his friends and his parents and everybody. And so "You are wonderful" is one of his quotes.
It's warm and mushy. I love Becky's comment, but can we take it off the screen? It's kind of hard to read.
Oh, is it still on screen? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me take care of that right now. Thank you, Becky. Oh, hi, Kendra. Thank you.
I are loving the ideas.
Yeah. And then Ginger said, "Can't wait to meet Ella and her friends." And Jill said, "Upset Ella is all of us." Upset Ella is 2020. Yeah.
Right. You can make memes out of the expression sheet.
Yeah. All right. Back to the reveals. So that's just one character, but you're getting even more today.
What's next?
Well, next is Danny. Danny is Latinx. They're 4.5. They love sweet tamales and exploring and painting. And their quote is, "Did you know?" Danny is Clark's best friend. You're going to meet Clark in a little bit. Danny's curious and brash and loves learning and loves to share the fun facts that they have learned. And curiosity is their primary motivator. Danny is being raised gender neutral. They're not being kept from anything that is traditionally feminine or anything that is traditionally masculine. They are being allowed to decide for themselves. And their parents have made the decision to use they, them pronouns until Danny decides who they are. And so I don't know that I've ever seen that on a show. And I wanted to be able to shine the spotlight on that and normalize that. Danny may decide that they, them are their pronouns, or they might decide that she, her, or he, him. That's Danny's choice. And we will deal with that on the show. And we'll be doing a lot of research with the non-binary community to make sure that we do that story justice. Likely whenever we do a story that focuses on that, I will be recruiting non-binary writers to help make sure that this is being done in a responsible way that will empower gender neutral children, non-binary children, so on and so forth. So,
and I think Claudio did a really nice job of making Danny look androgynous as well. Like the mix of everything, it's very androgynous. Yeah.
So Danny's all about the fun facts. So Danny likes telling you stuff you might not have known. Like, did you know it is impossible for pigs to look up into the sky? Physically, it is impossible for them to do.
Is that real? How did you come up with that?
I found it on a website of fun facts for children.
I mean, everyone knows a 4-year-old that is like ask all the questions or has like all the random fun facts. Like I find a handful of 4-year-olds like that.
Oh, thank you, Jill.
Love you, Danny.
Thank you, Kendra. Thank you, Ray. Oh, all my queer friends are here and it's making me happy. Oh. I want to hug them all. I'm just so excited to be able to share this with all of you. So like, thank you. Like seriously, like your comments are everything. Thank you so much for your support, all of you. It means everything. All right, back to, because there's more. So back to the reveals. There's more characters to show. Next up, we have FATIMA. FATIMA is Iraqi, Muslim. She's age 4. She loves baking and stargazing. In the show, her mother is a baker, so she wants to be a baker just like her mom. And so her quote is "Yum yum in my tum." She says it all the time. The likeness is based off of my dear friend Dima Ali, who I was hoping to get her on the show, but unfortunately, adults can be very cruel, and I know we're talking about a kid's show right now, but I want to stop and say that Dima is a force of good in the Oak Park community. Yeah. And there have been some things said about her recently that I think is just terrible. It's just awful. And I just really want to lift her up and say, like, I see you and I love you. And I'm so happy to have in this show a character that looks like your children, that looks like you, because your story is such an important one that needs to be heard. And that's what the show is about, right? It's about giving voice to people that don't get to be seen and don't get to be represented. And I think representing an Iraqi Muslim family on a children's show is just so important right now. So, PRIYA, go ahead.
They're such a beautiful family too. I was so excited to share with Dima, FATIMA, and she sent in pictures of her daughters. So her daughters have directly influenced the way FATIMA looks. Like we sent them to Claudio, and they've very much been part of the mix. And it looks like a beautiful blend of both of her daughters. So
yeah. If you notice, the clothing, the color scheme, the red and green is meant to tribute the Iraqi flag colors. So yeah.
So intentional. We're so intentional.
We got to be intentional. All right, I want to see what people are saying. So let me hop back over here. Mama is in here.
Mama Buddha.
Mama Angela. And Nina. Oh, yes, absolutely. Much respect.
Send Dima all the love. Yes.
Yeah. Justice for Dima. Hashtag justice for Dima.
Wow. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes. That's so important though. She needs all the love right now.
Yes, like seriously, like all the love is needed for Dima. So anybody that's watching is a friend of Dima, like just
hearts.
Like send her all the love, please.
Hey Lotus, I see you.
Lotus. So Lotus is a very good friend of mine, and they were the inspiration for Danny. So I also want to lift Lotus up right now in celebration.
We love you, Lotus.
Yeah, and Lotus got me into Steven Universe, which I think has affected how I've been thinking about this show. It is so revolutionary. So, Roy Johnson just asked, "Do you see Ella on PBS?" I would love that. My hope is to have in the next 5 years Ella on a streaming platform of some sort or PBS. That would be amazing. I also want to see her and her friends be featured in books. One of the ideas I had was to have FATIMA celebrating Ramadan. To have a book centered on that. There will actually be a holiday special in this, so you'll see Ramadan represented in that. So, but books, music, whole nine. I see this as a pretty big opportunity for a platform to revolutionize children's television and children's literature and children's music. So. Steven Universe is required reading for all, or viewing for all. But yes, absolutely, 100%. So if there's a Steven Universe book, Lotus, you're telling me that right now, I'm going to freak out because I did not know. And
don't tell them while we're live, Lotus, please.
Yeah, because I'll just stop this live stream right now. I will stop it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Universe. Back to the reveals. I didn't forget to take down the comments this time. All right, here we go. So there's yum yum in my tum. Next up, we have Clark.
What a cutie.
Clark is a cutie. Clark is a cutie. Clark is obsessed with comics. You see his likes are comics, and comics. And his quote is, "I must away," which is a quote from his favorite superhero, Cosmic Guy. There's a whole pantheon of superheroes that I've created for this universe. Clark and Danny are best friends. Clark is based on my friend Eric, who I want to extend mad hugs to. I love him very much. So the likeness is based off of him, though the actual Eric is not Jewish. I made Clark Jewish because I wanted to be able to represent the Jewish community in here, and also his namesake is Clark after Clark Kent, Superman, my favorite superhero, whose creators Siegel and Schuster were Jewish. So
it's like a full circle. All
the comic book community is very the comic community was built by the Jewish community, like said, like Siegel and Schuster, Stan Lee, like a lot of like the biggest creators in the heyday and the inception of the comic book universe was created by wonderful Jewish artists. So yeah, there's also a tribute to them. Yeah, so that's Clark, and yeah, I love Clark. Clark has a cape. There's an episode called Ella's Cape, and Clark, the only superhero he knows right at that point is Cosmic Guy, and his mom makes him a cape because he's obsessed with Cosmic Guy, and so he's playing with the cape and running around pretending to be a superhero, and the other kids want to be superheroes too, and Clark says, "No, like superheroes look like me. They don't look like you. Like I get to be the superhero." And then Ella's papa, who is a comic book nerd because he's based off of me, starts telling him about other superheroes in this universe, like Shango, who is this like powerful like African American superhero, kind of an analog to like Black Panther. And more heroes, right, of different cultures and gender identities and whatnot. And then Clark is like, what? I didn't know this, and feels really bad because Clark's all about fairness, and then realizes that he did something wrong. And so he goes home and he gets his mom to help him, and he makes capes for all of his friends so that they can all be superheroes together. And at the end of that, they're all running around at their capes and all pretending to be superheroes in the backyard. So
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
that's so cute.
And also, like, I love Clark's glasses. Like, they're everything for me.
When I saw the picture of baby Eric, I was like, Claudio nailed that illustration. It looks just like baby Eric.
I'm obsessed. Like, I want those glasses. Like, I really I need those glasses. I need them in my life. So.
And the little freckles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that all 5 of our friends?
Oh wow, we have so much. No, there's still more.
There's more.
Comics do exist. Oh, now I have to read the comics. We can talk about how well dressed these kids are. The fashion of the kids, Claudio came up with that. He was inspired by this awesome, I should have put it in the presentation, this picture of like these kids from the 90s, and it's like the most 90s. I'll put it on the Reflect Facebook page for people to see the inspiration. I'll show when the group picture next to like that. So yeah. Where my ex-GF used to say, "I must away" when she had to leave. I love it. Fashion. Says, I can see why he is Danny's best friend. I bet Danny also has a liking for fun facts about comics. Oh, they're total comic book nerds together. Yeah. Nina thought that was who Clark was based on, of course. Does look a little bit like Mark Jocelyn. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be the cosmic guy symbol, but yeah, it is a little similar. And also, if you notice that the colors are blue and orange, which are the Oak Park colors, because I met Eric was like my first like close friend in Oak Park. When I moved to Oak Park, I was very shy at the time, and we had consumer ed together, and we were both shy, and we became friends. So yeah. Okay. I'm going to put the Indiegogo link back in the chat again for people. Please remember to give to the campaign. It means a lot. Share it with your friends. We'll host private viewing, private presentations of this for people that you think might be interested in giving. We'll talk more about that later. But feel free to reach out if you can't stay through the whole thing, but you want to be able to do something like that. Reach out to me, and we can make that happen. All right, back to the presentation. That's Clark. I must away instead of up and away, which is what Superman says. Or at least he used to. I feel like he doesn't really say that anymore. But and then last but not least is PRIYA.
PRIYA.
I love PRIYA. PRIYA is based off of my good friend Anjali, a wonderful teacher in Oak Park, and a wonderful musician as well. Actually, she was the inspiration for me naming my theater company Echo. Yeah.
That's cool.
So PRIYA's favorite food, French fries, singing and musicals. This is like where I get to like exercise like my musical theater nerd. PRIYA and FATIMA are best friends. PRIYA's very shy and more quiet, which complements FATIMA, who is bolder and like also fiercely protective. So like, and PRIYA's the youngest as well of them. She's not quite 4 yet. So she gets a little bit shy, a little bit overwhelmed. And FATIMA is like, no. You don't walk over my friend PRIYA. If she needs something, FATIMA's got her back. So PRIYA is all about art and beauty in the sense that like creation, right? Like art is creation, art is life, art is energy, music and sound, right? So that is kind of her vibe. So yeah, she's a whole vibe. And yeah, so that's all the kids, all the children of the Ella show. And her quote, "Singing makes me happy." She loves to sing. Like, I imagine her being like one of those kids that go viral for being on like America's Got Talent because they just sang the crap out of an Adele song,
Right. Yeah. And she looks all like innocent and shy, and then she has like bolts out this bold voice.
Yeah.
I think even the way, like, I know that's the first drawing of PRIYA, the way she's like holding herself, it's very like timid and shy and sweet and reserved. Like it shows in that one drawing. Like you could see their personalities, which is cool.
Well, it said Riverwood is all the west suburbs combined.
Literally.
Yeah. These friends are so cute. Thank you, Becca. All right. And singing makes me happy is such a mood. PRIYA is such a mood. PRIYA can also be very dramatic. So yeah, singing is good for the soul. Absolutely. Hi, Mary. So good to see you. So those are all the kids, but I would be remiss if I did not show you all the kids together. So there they
Look
are.
at them.
They're all the kids.
What a collection.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to say, like, it's pretty emotional seeing them all together like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that they just filled you up.
Yeah, this makes me really happy. So I'm gonna stop sharing this for a second, and I have another treat for people.
This is a big treat.
This is a big treat.
Big dream.
So Catherine, unfortunately could not be here this evening, but we recorded a little something for everybody. So this is a short. They'll hold on, Jill, because there's more. Jill said we're dangerously close to her cuteness limit. So yeah, so we have a little snippet of the pilot being read, and yeah, so let me get this. I think I have it
You
all
guys are
queued
not
up
ready for this.
already.
We're not
It's
ready for this.
pretty adorbs. So let me do this. Okay, this is exciting. I'm so excited right now. Okay, here we go. Share audio. That's important.
Very.
Okay.
Also, it's on YouTube right now, guys.
It's on YouTube, so it can be viewed right now. So, all right, here we go. We're going to mute ourselves, and you're going to listen to Ella's New Room. It's a little 5-minute piece. Let me mute myself. Nighttime. Ella's room is bright and colorful with lots of gold and purple. On the walls, there are pictures of famous Black women, including her namesake, Ella Fitzgerald. On the dresser, hanging out of one of the drawers, is a sock. Ella is in her bed with the light on. She is playing with her stuffed animals, Miles Bear and Nina Rabbit.
I know, Mr. Miles. I don't like it here either. We can keep the lights on so you aren't scared. What's that, Nina? I know it's bad time, but Miles is scared. So we have to keep the lights on.
Ella plays with her toys.
Miles! Look at Nina. She's flying. She must be a fairy. Yay!
Fade in title card, Ella's New Room. Papa enters and sits on the bed next to Ella. Ella, I told you it's bedtime. Why is the light still on?
I don't know, Papa. I think Miles turned it on because he is scared.
Oh, really? And why do you think that is?
Miles said he misses our old house. He said there are monsters in this room.
Monsters? Now that is something. That did not come up on the house inspection.
Yes, monsters. And I saw one, so we have to keep them safe, Papa. I don't think they want us here. Maybe we could take them back to our old home. There are no monsters there.
No, I don't remember seeing any monsters there. But I also haven't seen any monsters here. Ella, you said Miles misses our old house. Do you miss our old place too? Ella nods sadly and starts to cry. Papa puts his arm around Ella.
Yes, Papa. It really good to me.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, when I was a kid, my parents moved too. And I thought it was pretty scary.
Really?
Yeah. I remember my mom had to come in my room and help me calm down. The first night in a place you don't know can be really scary. But she taught me a bit of magic.
Magic? You know magic, Papa.
Well, sort of. You see, music can be magical. Sometimes when I feel sad or scared, I can sing a song and it makes me feel brave. That first night in our new place, when I was scared, your Granky taught me a song that made me feel safe. It was like a shield from all the things in the dark. I still sing it to myself when I'm scared.
Can you sing it?
Well, of course I can. But it's going to cost you one snuggle hug. Ella reaches up and gives Papa a big snuggle hug.
Snuggle hug.
That was a great snuggle hug. Okay, now lie down, my love, and listen to the song. Ella lies down with Miles and Nina. Papa sings, "Keep Your Light Shining Bright." Good night, Moonbeam.
Good night, Papa.
Wow.
There you go.
Boom. Pilot. Wow.
Yeah.
I was mesmerized. And that was the first time I got to see Cheryl's lyrics with all of you guys. I watched it for the first time. So that was really special. It felt like it played in. Thanks, Aunt Debbie.
Thanks,
The
Debbie.
whole series. Shout out to Aunt Debbie.
So yeah. So
Love for me.
there's that.
That's it. Yeah.
That's a little bit of the pilot. So
That's episode 1. And I love that you play Ella's Papa because you are Ella's Papa. I like not thinking asked, like, are we gonna cast like a voice for that? And I'm like, oh duh, you are Ella's Papa. But Claudia will have a drawing of you, right?
I mean, we'll probably need to have like drawings for like when we get to book stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll have like animated versions of.
So we're gonna send pictures of you to Claudio to animate.
I guess.
I'm not ready for that. Animated Maui. Oh my gosh, it's too good.
Oh, we're getting lots of love in the chat. Thank you, everybody, so much. Yeah. So, yeah, there's just so much to show, which is
there is so much
really
to show, and there's so many important people that are behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool to share some of the art where we're at with that. So Ella's Papa.
Yeah. So I'll go back to the presentation and let me do it like this so you can see this.
Not a puppet.
Right. So on the show I would be all the adults will be real people. Only the kids are puppets. The adults on the show will be actual live action actors. But when we get to book stage, there are some books that I would like to do as well, and in those, obviously, everybody would be cartoons. So,
yeah.
All right. Back to this. So we're just about done here with this part. So fundraising, we still have about 20 days left. So we need this and so much more, right? We need puppets, design, and construction. We need to be able to compensate performers. We need to be able to rent out a place to shoot. We'll need to hire a crew, set design and construction. We'll need money to be able to make those connections with those early childhood organizations, make sure that we have resources for families. So whatever people can give, the suggested donation today is $25. But there are tiers. If you go to the Indiegogo link, there are tiers that give you lots of perks that will get fulfilled late next year, including early access to music and Ella t-shirts, things like that. So our goal is to try and raise $50,000. Now, I don't think we're going to do it on this initial run. I don't think we're going to hit the 50, but in 2021 we'll do another round of crowdfunding to try and get to that goal. I'm also willing to meet with people that would like to donate on a larger level. So if anybody that you know of that would be interested in investing in this, please reach out to me. Let me know. I will do a virtual presentation. I will not meet in person because of the COVIDs, but yeah.
We'll bring Ella to you.
Mm-hmm. And now you want to tell them some ways that they can kind of help beyond monetary?
Beyond monetary. So if you're not in a spot to donate financially, there's other ways to support. That could be through social media. That's a big one. Spread the word. Ella's adorable. So repost her face all over. And this video, this live stream right now, after it goes live, the video we'll have access to. So just sharing that just to explain a little bit more about Ella and what she's all about and her production. You could write posts and updates. That's important. And then like Maui was talking about, host your own Ella party. We could come to you. So me and Maui can do a show with your friends, make it a little bit more interactive, like a cocktail hour type. Maybe not cocktails, maybe juice boxes for Ella. But we'll bring it to you and be really interactive, and just share the story with Ella.
There are adult juice boxes, but those have wine in them.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that. Or you could be creative. So I know there's a lot of creatives that are tuned in right now. And if you want to be a part of the Ella family, which I highly recommend, it's a lot of fun. You could reach out to us and share your creative talents and gifts. If you have any ideas for episodes, that's another big one. I know we've had close friends reach out and inspired episodes that are brewing right now. So I'm looking forward to that.
There's actually an episode that's in the first season now that wasn't before, that was inspired by your roommate. It's called Ella Dances. And so my hope is to be able to do an episode where Papa takes the children to see the deeply rooted dance crew.
Shout out to Deeply Rooted. They're so talented.
Shout out to Deeply Rooted. And then they see how people can use movement to create things or to like become things, right? So show them like how to be a tree and things like that. And they see them like do a whole dance routine, and then you'll see the kids trying to do a dance routine, which will be adorable because there'll be a bunch of puppets flapping around. So it'll be super cute. I'm excited about that.
It's supposed to be street style. Yeah, Lotus is asking, where do we put ideas for episodes?
Just reach out to me.
Yeah, reach out to us directly, or you can put them in the comments and we'll make sure that they're taken into account and heard, and we'll reach out to you guys. But we would love to hear from you guys. I know all sorts of creatives, like I said, are tuning in. So we'll be doing that. And we'll be doing in 2021 virtual casting. So actors, voiceovers, that kind of talent. If you're gifted in that way. Puppetry. Yes, if you have those kind of gifts and you want to be involved, also reach out to us. We will be virtually casting people for Ella's friends. So we heard Katherine is already Ella, but we don't have voices, as far as I know, for the other five.
I'm hoping that Lotus will be Danny.
Okay. Lotus.
Yeah. I know. And so depending on cultural background, gender identity, that's what that's who we'll be looking for. So if it's a non-binary character, then I'm casting a non-binary actor. If it's a Muslim Iraqi Muslim character, I'm casting a Iraqi Muslim performer, right? So on and so forth.
Yeah, that's important to preface. If you're a good fit and you're talented and want to be a part of it, then yeah, we would love to have you join. So yeah, a lot of different ways to get involved. It's going to take a whole community to make this happen. So we appreciate you.
And so here's some of the resources and inspirations for this presentation. So Teaching Tolerance, Race Conscious .org, academia.edu, some wonderful articles on those websites. Also, Free to Be You and Me by Marlo Thomas and Friends, which I acted in a couple of years ago and produced. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is something very near and dear to my heart. Hair Love, big inspiration. And then last but not least, my community of you. This would not be possible without all of you. So, yeah, and that's that. So
wow, that's a lot. I have to digest all of that now.
Yeah. So last thing, I thought we could do something a little fun for those. We still have about 20 people still watching. Thank you so much for sticking with us through the entire thing. I thought we could just do a couple trivia questions that they're all like Muppet and Sesame Street based trivia questions. So yeah, I'd love people to attempt.
Yeah, don't put this all on me. I watched Sesame Street as a kid, but it's been a minute. So
Natalie, you can totally answer. Well, I'll look in the comments to see if people answer it. But if you
I know I'm reaching out to the community. I need you guys your help.
Oh, I broke Jill. I broke Jill. Okay, so first one is real easy. I'll give you about 5 questions, maybe more if people are into it. All right, your first question. What are the names of the 2 hecklers on the Muppet show?
What?
The 2 old guys. They're always like heckling the Muppet show. What are their names? Anybody know? Type it in the chat. Gina, I see your comment about needing the link. I'm putting it in here again. Boom.
Thank you. Yeah, I did see Gina's comment. I was going to mention that.
Cheryl got it. Statler and Waldorf. And Ray got it too. All right.
Nice.
Next one.
At the same time, too.
Yeah, pretty much at the same time. Oh, Gina got it. Yay. No sorry is needed.
Thank you for your donation, Gina. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Next up, in which movie can you find the first appearance of the Muppet Babies?
What?
Muppet Babies. First appearance of the Muppet Babies. See if anybody gets it in the chat. I love the Muppet Babies, by the way. Like the cartoon of the Muppet Babies was everything for me. But you first see them as little tiny puppets in one of the Muppet movies. I don't see anybody getting it. I'm going to give them a couple more seconds. Take a guess. I'll give you a clue. It's either the Muppet movie, Muppets Take Manhattan, or The Great Muppet Caper.
I was trying to watch your face to see if you're going to give me a clue by like.
I used to host trivia for a living. I'm not going to give anything away in the face.
Poker face. Okay.
The Snow White episode was awesome. Absolutely, Jill.
Yeah, Manhattan.
Cheryl, you got it wrong. It is not the caper. Becky got it right. It's Muppets Take Manhattan. There's a little sequence where you see them as little kids, and baby Miss Piggy is the cutest ever. She's so cute. Oh my gosh! Like I can't even with like Muppet Babies. Miss Piggy is the best. So.
Oh my god.
All right, here's an easy one. This is a softball. In 1982, Frank Oz and Jim Henson co-directed what fantasy film?
That's the easy one.
That's super easy. That's super easy. Someone said, I will slay on Schitt's Creek trivia, but Not this. I am almost done with Schitt's Creek. I'm so close to being at the end of Schitt's Creek, and I'm like dragging it out as long as possible because I love it so much. Cheryl got it with Dark Crystal. That's correct.
Cheryl.
All right.
Genius.
Next one. What year did Sesame Street first appear on the air?
It's been generations.
Baby Kermit's what's up. Baby Kermit's also stupid.
He is really cute.
Yeah.
I do remember what they look like. I just didn't know the name of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
When did Sesame Street start? Goodness.
1970 is very close, but no, it is not 1983. 70 is very, very close. 67 is also very close. 68 is also really close. People are dancing around it.
Is it 69?
It's 69, dudes. To paraphrase Bill.
I got it right.
You got it right. You got it right. Lotus got it right too. All right.
Around it, literally.
One more. In 1974, Maria, who was played by Sonia Manzano, joined the cast of Sesame Street. Which Sesame Street resident did she wind up marrying?
Oh, I remember what he looks like. Okay.
The face of Luis is the visual representation of nostalgia in my brain.
Did you just say the answer?
Maybe I did by mistake.
What happened to your poker face? What? Good job, Cheryl.
Cheryl got it. Cheryl got it before I said it, though. I totally just said it. Oh my gosh.
That is so funny. I'm like,
okay, I gotta do one more. I gotta do one more because I messed up there. Okay.
Fair.
Okay. What is the name of Kermit the Frog's nephew? What is the name of Kermit the Frog's nephew?
He's also really cute. He looks like a baby Muppet.
Super cute. Tadpole. Not the name.
I was like, did you just say
Not the name.
What?
Aww. That's so sweet. I love it.
Is it Gabriella? No, it's a nephew.
It is not.
Robin?
Becky misspelled it, but I'm giving Becky first on it. Her and Cheryl got it pretty much the same time. Robin. There you go.
They're on it. Robin. No, I would have
That's
got
your
that.
Muppet trivia. Well, Muppet trivia for all of you.
Ooh, I just got a little bit smarter in that department.
And that's our live stream. That's our Giving Tuesday live stream, y'all.
Did it. Thank you so much, everyone, for spending some time with us and for all your love and support. I hope you choose to get involved any way that fits with you, whether that's creatively, social media, spreading the word. A community member that might be interested, let them know, send them our way, to Maui and I's way. We're really accessible on Reflect Media, but also our personal social media pages. So we look forward to it.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll leave you with one last look at the kids.
I want that as my wallpaper, my background.
There they are.
So cute.
Yes, I love them all. Those are all my kids right there. I love them. Mm-hmm. Thank you, everybody, for watching the live stream. It really, really does mean a lot.
Truly.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So many more comments.
Fueled by the love. I know.
Thank you. Thank you, Adriana.
Anna. Thanks for watching, Anna.
Oh, man. Yeah. Rugrats. I loved Rugrats. Absolutely.
Favorite show as a kid, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. All right. We're signing off.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Love you.